Good morning, folks. Trying to do an early session today. The first frost up here, up in the old tri-state area. This one, let's jump into, we're going to be doing some great originals that are lesser known originals, basically, from the covers that became hits. And we're going to do a handful of these. And hopefully, I'm sure there's some of these that you haven't come across or haven't found your way, come across your path. So I think it'll be really fun because they can be really jarring here in the original. So let's jump into that. So we're going to start off. You're going to know the covers, most of these, and let's do the originals. And we're going to start off with one done in 1963. That later became a hit in 1974 for Linda Ronstadt. Originally done in 1963. And let's hear that and we'll talk about it. Here we go.
Feeling better now that we're through. Feeling better 'cause I'm over you. I learned my lesson, it left a scar. But now I see how you really are. You're no good, you're no good, you're no good, baby, you're no good. Hey, oh, hey, you hear what I say? You're no good, you're no good, you're no good, baby, you're no good. Hey, oh, hey, oh, hey, hey. Well, I broke a heart, was gentle and true. I left a boy for someone like you. I'll beg his forgiveness on bended knee, but I wouldn't blame him if he said to me, you're no good, you're no good, you're no good, baby, you're no good. Hey, oh, hey, you know what I mean. You're no good, you're no good, you're no good, baby, you're no good. Hey, oh, hey, oh, hey, hey.
Oh my God. Yeah, there's so much going on in that. First of all, background, you got that shaker going on the whole time. You got the cowbell in the back. You got some cool percussion, really syncopated with the drums and the percussion. So it always sounds really groovy. Almost has this really kind of like interesting feel where it's like, can't tell if it's like Motown, but it's got this sort of like kind of island groove to it. And it feels like it's almost got this Jamaica vibe to it, feel to it. So I don't know what that is, what's bringing that, but yeah. So you got the shaker, which is really cool. I mean, it's like right in my right ear. And then the background singers obviously sound fantastic, and that whole the whole chorus. Yeah, we'll go back and listen to it for a second because obviously what they're doing there, it's like I haven't heard that before. It sounds like it's it's in the 90s R&B. The sort of just chant, the audience chant, or going along with a hey, hey, ho, ho, yeah, so 1963, later, covered by a couple, as we'll mention in before Linda Ronstadt, 1974. But yeah, background singers, that deserves, it'd be great to hear a remastered version where it seems like it was peaking out a little bit on the vocals, sort of pushing the limits of the microphones at the time, because distorting, or just barely distorting. So yeah, backgrounds sound awesome. Yeah, Dee Warwick, I should mention. Let me put her, let me throw her up here. There we go. Yeah, I gotta put this up. So yeah, Dee Warwick, You're No Good, 1963. So, yep, Dee Warwick, covered 6 times before Linda Ronstadt. So Dee Warwick, born in 1945, soul singer, born in Newark, New Jersey, and she was the sister of Dionne Warwick, niece of Sissy Houston and cousin of Whitney Houston. She sang with her sister Dionne and her aunt Sissy in the New Hope Baptist Church Choir in Newark, New Jersey. Eventually, they formed the gospel trio, the Gospelaires, who often performed with the Drinkard sisters. Houston became a member of both groups. Dee Warwick began to dabble in a solo career in 1963, cutting what is reportedly the earliest version of You're No Good for Jubilee Records, produced by Lieber and Stoller. Her first record on the Jubilee label had You're No Good with Don't Call Me, later recorded in Chicago by Betty Everett for the VJ imprint. Okay, so yeah, I heard that, this past year or not too long ago, and I was just like, God, it's got this Caribbean feel, and the mix, the production is really interesting. Just the way the horns, obviously, the horns are gonna be in these hits in the 60s. They always had a presence, but yeah, the horn sounds super crisp, punchy. Everything's it's about syncopation. Everything is punchy, and you got it from all different sides. You got the percussion, the bass. It wasn't pronounced enough where I was like, it was really in my face where I could hear it. But vocals, the drums, percussion, and the horns, and and that guitar solo, fuzzed out. All of a sudden, not expecting this fuzzed out guitar solo, which I can't remember. I'm trying to think what it would be reminiscent of. Maybe like Sunshine, Superman, some Donovan, the early 60s. But yeah, cool fuzzed out guitar. Let's just do that bridge, one more time just to hear all that. Horns with that cowbell. Everything on its own rhythm. God, you can hear that. Those things are pushing the mic so hard. It'd be cool to hear a remaster, man. Everything's just crisp and clear. Anyway, Dee Warwick, original as far as they can tell, 10, 11 years before Linda Ronstadt. How many of you have heard that? No, maybe not. All right, we're going to keep it moving. This is really, let's do this all fun to do on a Saturday morning here. So let's jump on to the next one, which is going to be, this one was shocking for me. I didn't know this one until very recently. So some of these are a first listen for me. I'd say half of them are going to be ones that I have not heard that very much at all, maybe just a few seconds. This one I have heard, the Dee Warwick, but not this next one. So this one I've heard just a tiny bit of, just a whiff of it. And this one goes back, new all these, even their hits go back far. So the originals go back even further. This one's got a big span between the original and the hit. So let's jump into this and then we'll talk about it. See, I'm sure you recognize it. Here we go.
What I've got to do, it's gonna take money, a lot of spending money.
Gotta turn this one up here.
Hard money to do it up right, child. It's gonna take time, a lot of precious time. It's gonna take patience and time. Oh, to do it, to do it, to do it.
There's so much. Again, so this one, yeah. Let me pop his James Ray, 1963, same year as that Dee Dee Warwick hit. So or not hit, I don't know. God, there's so much with that one. I mean, the production again. Okay, so at its base, yeah, it's a core. It's a really bouncy. His voice is just. I'm trying to relate it to like who. It's got a little bit of. I'm sure Ray Charles is in there somewhere, but he's got. It just sounds so fresh. He sounds so fresh, man. I love his voice so much. I gotta hear some more of his stuff. But as far as this, yeah, his voice, the drums, super bouncy. I love it. Again, the bass is kind of in the background a little bit. I'm just listening to it as it came out, so I'm not listening to I'm not boosting anything. But yeah, the striking thing is the production, right? I said, oh yeah, the horns again. The horns are in there. You got the cowbell in there again. Everything's syncopated, perfectly. Everything's bouncing off each other, reacting to each other. Obviously the two biggest surprises were there's some mandolin in there that kind of had like this spaghetti western feel to it, and then the sort of chorus parts, which when it's like call and response a little bit, it was like okay, because they threw a lot of, even on Ray Charles, they threw all the singers, those sort of white choral groups on top of a lot of these whatever hits, soul hits, country hits, everything was, trending back then. So, but yeah, when it went into just straight choral, that was a little jarring just because it's like, what? I mean, James Ray, it's not enough. The song's not enough. We need to have a breakdown and have just this choral group just do this song. So yeah, it had almost like they were trying to do either, the cinematic or, I guess they were going for a different audience maybe back then. It wasn't like a radio hit, like people are going to just be bopping around in their cars, on summer vacation to this. But they take it to a little more epic level, and a little C.C. DeMille, the movies are, let's sing it from the mountaintops and have all these, let's throw in all these just random instruments, just throwing that just to build it up into some piece bigger than, what it is. It's just a good song, good composition, pretty basic. It's but it's, once you add in the good syncopation, which, is at the end of the day, yeah, I love this. Obviously I heard the George Harrison version that came out in 1987. Like I said, this Got My Mind Set on You by James Ray. Writer was Rudy Clark, and yeah, it was covered in 1987 by George Harrison, who was apparently a big fan of James Ray and this song when he first heard it, 20 plus years earlier. So George Harrison, apparently a true fan of music, had haunted the record stores in Illinois and New York City for gems that were hard to find at home in England. No one in the stores had ever heard of the Beatles, but the shelves were full of things that George had only read about in magazines or heard about from American musicians he had met in Hamburg. So he bought a lot of the premium blues and R&B sides at the time, but like some Booker T and the MGs and Bobby Blue Bland. And it said his eye was particularly caught by an LP bearing the name of James Ray on the Caprice label. He knew the name because the Beatles had been regularly featuring Ray's hauntingly otherworldly "If You Gotta Make a Fool of Somebody" since Paul had found a copy at Brian Epstein's record shop. So spinning the platter back at McCann, he became especially fond of one track in particular, "I've Got My Mind Set on You," and his love and admiration for the song would survive Beatlemania and the glory days of his solo career. And George could instantly recognize that there was a keening spiritual quality in James' voice that gave a profound allure to everything he sang. It seems that James had a drug problem, and that was when he was discovered by Rudy Clark. He was homeless, finding shelter as he could on apartment block rooftops. He only recorded one LP, and even the date and place of his death and where he is buried are unknown. So that is James Ray. Found a huge fan in George Harrison enough that he wanted to cover his this haunting song 24 years later. Again, really, first heard this just recently, so I was looking for covers and found a list of them, and I was like, oh, let me just get a peek of it, because I don't want to do every original. I want to make sure that it's got something. And I just heard a snippet of his voice, and I was like, okay, this is going to be great. And I'm just stunned by it. It's fantastic, and it's also surprising and really humorous in ways. What they did to the original, how they decided to put it out there with especially the mandolin. That's just it's so curious. It's so interesting of the time. It just makes you think to be in the mind of the producer and the people who are coming up with ideas. And it's like someone just burst through the door one day, like, I had a brainstorm this morning. I had a dream that this guy was, playing mandolin on the mountaintops, and I was like, oh, it would sound great, and it's going to surprise people, and but it just fits. It just fits. Let's just try it. And once they did it, I'm sure there are people like, I mean, it's not horrible, but it doesn't really add to it. It doesn't support James Ray. It sounds like it just, it kind of takes away, goes into his own. You can tell it's the production team. It's not him. So I'd be interested to see just him in a room, just drums and bass and some percussion, and just ripping this out. After the sessions are gone and done, everyone's left the building. So anyway, James Ray. Yeah, Dee Warwick and James Ray. So far, 2 for 2. Love these originals, and probably going to play these for everybody as much as I would hear the original or hear the covers that became hits. Going to go back and get these. So let's move on to another one. So we're going to a different little genre here. And let me get, let's go into some country. And let's see again. Let's surprise ourselves. I haven't heard this one. I heard a snippet of it. Or actually, I don't have to hear a snippet. I know this one's going to be interesting because I like the song. And it's going to be, it's got a very close relation to the original or to the cover. Let's do it.
Love is a burning thing, and it makes a fiery ring, bringing her to the heart's desire. I fell in the ring of fire. I fell into the burning ring of fire. I fell down, 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 down into the deepest mire. And it burns, 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 the ring of fire, the ring of fire, the ring of fire.
Chills.
The taste of love is sweet when two I believed you like a child. Oh, but the fire went wild. I fell into the burning ring of fire. I fell down, 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 down into the deepest mire. And it burns, 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 the ring of fire, the ring of fire.
Okay, that was it was pretty gorgeous right there. So that was only, God, that was under 2 minutes. That was 1:55 of this ethereal, cool pace. I love the pace. The guitars, they just keep this really steady. You just get sort of floating along with it. And then her voice is like this pristine, just clear, like obviously like the polar opposite of Johnny Cash doing it, with this sort of guttural. And I kept hearing him sort of duetting it along with her. Would be really interesting to hear both of their voices on that, because they're just so far apart. So yeah, who is this? If you didn't know, this is Anita Carter, June's sister. So this came off of I don't know why I didn't put on the covers, Johnny Cash's version, but this one was a few years, I think just a few years earlier. This was 1962. So far we're doing 63, 62, so very early. So this was off her album Folk Songs, Old and New. Written by apparently June Carter and Merle Kilgore. So Anita Carter, part of the Carter sisters, the youngest, I believe. She began playing at age 4, played string bass by 10. She would play the upright bass and seemed content in the side role. She was the sweet, demure girl next door to June's wild antics. But as the Carters were vocally not the sweetest singers, Anita was the exception. The woman could sing. So yeah, I've heard the Carter family, Carter singers, and the sisters, and yeah, they're not. I'm not used to thinking of them as a sort of the greatest harmonies and sort of these that you can just come out like gems. But apparently Anita, was the one that had this great voice. So. Since she married her third husband, Bob Wooten, who was the lead guitarist for Johnny Cash's band, the Tennessee Three. So, yeah, not that much else. Let me just see when Johnny Cash did Ring of Fire. And obviously, Johnny Cash's version, they made it sort of I guess they had a dream. One of either Johnny or June or somebody had a dream about the song and heard these sort of done it in sort of Mexicali way, so they brought in the horns into Johnny Cash's version. So that was done. Johnny Cash appeared on the 1963 compilation. Okay, so just done a year later, or a year or less later. So yeah, Johnny Cash did 1963. Obviously, we have much different feel to it. With the horns. But yeah, this one is haunting. Yeah, her voice is just so, it's crazy that I don't have to hear more of her stuff, because her voice is amazing. So far, three great singers in their covers, Dee Dee Warwick and James Ray and Anita Carter. Yeah, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. And it wasn't much. Just guitars, background. Look, they had maybe the auto harp on there. Just doing a very, very laid back. But that's all you need. Her voice is just so immaculate. Anyway, that's 3 for 3 so far. These are such crazy originals. It's amazing. None of these got all left behind to some degree. And then Johnny Cash, George Harrison, and Linda Ronstadt all kind of just took them off to a new place. It's a great set of covers. Let me know what you think, if any of them that really surprised you, you're shocked by, and caused you to go look up some others. If you have any other suggestions or anything like that, I'd love to do a second part of this. Do some more originals, because they're really, really fun to hear. The original vision, even though most of the time it's the producer and the people doing it, the people in power, creating this sort of portraying these artists as they want them to be, and so it's kind of a shame, but the productions are interesting. There's some kind of humor sometimes what they include in there, but anyway, it's a great selection there, so I hope you enjoyed it, and stick around for the next set. I'm going to do some more of everything. We'll see what this takes us. So have a great day wherever you are in it, and I'll see you next time. Take care. Bye-bye.